Hello, this is Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech number 146, looking at the top 10 Commander cards from the new Commander 2014 set. Super excited about this set. Somehow I missed that the full spoilers came out on Friday. I was at a board gaming convention playing non-Magic games for once. Don't worry, I'll be back and playing Magic this next weekend at Card Kingdom's upcoming Pro Tour qualifier, either in the Legacy section or in the Open section. Let's talk a little bit about reprints. This whole video is going to focus on the new cards, but there are some wonderful reprints. I've got a second video coming out this week, which is on the financial value of this set, where I'll cover reprints really heavily. But there are some great reprints in this set. Wormcoil Engine is definitely the most exciting, as a card that was over 20 before this was spoiled is going to be in one of the decks. Grave Titan is a fan favorite, and my favorite reprint is Decree of Justice. It's a wonderful casual card and a very good competitive EDH card. Very, very nice ability on the cycling. I really like it. Remember that you can cycle at any time, so you could put a bunch of 1/1s into play at the end step and then untap, attack with those. Really like the card a lot. Got a lot of honorable mentions because I only have 10 spots in the top 10. Reform is really fun design and has great tokens for it. No, it's not that powerful of a card, but it's just cool. And the tokens really make the card. Stitcher's another interesting one. I'm not sure there's a deck for him. I'm going to try to play with him some. He's interesting and fun. Another one with nice design, not that much power though, especially at the 5 casting cost area. Black, I think, was one of the weaker sets put forward. The 2 best cards in Black only made it to the honorable mention, so there are no Black cards in the top 10. Malicious Affliction, that is really interesting. If it works out well, it might be slightly legacy playable. It's the double black that's really rough. Right now I like Murderous Cut, especially if they decide to get rid of Treasure Cruise so that people still have graveyards sitting around. Obnixilis, also very nice flavor, fun card, but just didn't make the cut to the top 10. In the 9 spot here, Impact Resonance has got to be my favorite one that didn't make the top 10. Worst case, this is often a lightning bolt. This could be a lot more damage, though. I would like to try this in Legacy. I think it's a little bit too slow, although double price of progress, although you have to have 4 mana at that point. I really wish that it was legal in Modern, where it could make an impact. Tyrant's Familiar, very nice. I like the Lieutenant mechanic as an EDH-specific mechanic, and everybody loves dragons. Flamekin Village is another one that I really like. Giving your creatures haste in EDH is very important. This is a very inexpensive way to do that. Even if you don't have an elemental deck, I would consider running it, although it's much better with an elemental deck. Fountain of the Third Path is also a very nice card. It seems like it's a fixed version of Kiki Jiki. I could definitely see playing it. It's a little bit slow, doesn't have haste, but if it had haste, it could be incredible. Green has a lot of great cards. Song of the Dryad just has the best flavor ever. Yeah, it's a little bit on the weak side, but I really like it. It's an answer to pretty much anything. Turns it into a forest, and in EDH, if you've got Forest Walk, that's a nice way to give somebody a forest. Turn their Jace into a forest. The Green's Planeswalker is a little bit light for me. I was hoping to have something a little bit more powerful. At 5 casting cost, she doesn't really protect herself very well. I'm not that big on her. I like that the -6 is draw cards, but you're 2 turns until you get to that. Wave of Vitriol, though, that's a card I'll consider putting in my mono green. I like getting rid of people's non-basic lands. I've definitely come up against some EDH decks that only have non-basic lands, and this is a great way to get rid of artifacts and enchantments. Number 10 spot here, I've got Titania, Protector of Argoth. This is solid. A 5/3 that has regrowth pasted onto it is good in and of itself, but when you combo this with fetch lands and start getting 5/3 elementals, it's great. This card will make it into my green EDH deck. The number 9 spot here, we've got Lifeblood Hydra. What is this? Is this greens here to get really cool cards? Definitely. Lifeblood Hydra is Sphinx's Revelation with a body that has Trample. The only thing missing is protection from blue and haste, but I'll definitely play it even without those two abilities. In the number 8 spot here, I've got Teferi, the Temporal Arc Mage. Teferi is very strong. Look at the top 2 cards, put one of them on the bottom of the library and one of them in your hand is a great ability. It's almost up there with Jace, although we're 2 casting costs higher. But the -1 is what's most exciting to me. I've always liked blue with a complement of artifacts to go with it. You could easily cast Teferi, untap some artifacts that give you more mana than he put together, and use him to cast even bigger things that turn. This is a very strong planeswalker and will be a useful commander. It is not a legacy playable card. The 6 casting cost keeps it out of that range. The number 7 spot here, I've got Jizz All Gold, one of my favorite creatures in this set. What I really like about it is that the 5 mana attacking creatures you control gain +X/+X does not take a tap to activate. This could work really well with Fel of the Mighty. You destroy all the large creatures your opponent has, attack with your small creatures, make your small creatures larger. That's one of the things I really like about these decks is that they've got clear theme to them and the cards synergistically work together. The number 6 spot here, I've got Masterwork of Ingenuity, a 1 casting cost clone that copies equipment. This could be incredible in the right deck. I do not think that it is legacy playable because your opponent has to already have a Batterskull or a Jitte in play to use it. But if your whole deck is based around equipment, I could definitely see playing this. The number 5 spot here, it looks like what Wizards really tried to do is take Goblin Welder and look at what would they have done if they tried to make him a fair card. What would the casting cost have been? So let's ascend him to the realm of Planeswalkers and try to balance him out. Wonderful build-around commander, very strong abilities, very strong ultimate. I like him a lot. I do not think that he's legacy playable, but he's going to be a lot of fun in Commander. The number 4 spot here, I've got Arcane Lighthouse. This card is really needed in Commander. Cards like Geist or Narset are super powerful in Commander. You can Voltron them up really easily. It's very difficult to stop them from attacking. The Lighthouse is really, really solid way to stop those type of commanders. I wish that it was legal in Modern. Bogles need this type of anti-hex proof. I hate playing against the Bogles deck. It is the least interactive deck out there. It's mind-numbingly boring to play against. Please, Wizards, give us an answer like this for Modern. The number 3 spot here, I've got Contamination Priest. This is the newest hate bear for white. Wizards loves Death and Taxes and Maverick, and they're trying to make those decks better. This shuts down Show and Tell and Natural Order, and even stops Aether Vial. I really, really like this. I will be picking up a playset of these for my Death and Taxes. It's definitely sideboardable, and it may even be main deckable if we see more Aether Vials in Legacy. I would like to see this card in Modern also. I don't believe it would be overpowering in either Standard or Modern, but it would shut down some of the craziness that Aether Vial is in Modern. The number 2 spot here, I've got Stoneforge Mystics, new Planeswalker form. And this is another one where they clearly looked at a Legacy popular card and said, hey, what should the casting cost have been to make it fair? And then they made a fair version of it. I like that this is only 5 casting cost. The ultimate is very flavorful, right on target. The -2 is also very good. It allows you to play equipment from your graveyard. And the +2 just really fits the character of the card. Having a 1/1 creature that automatically equips a piece of equipment, this makes me want to rebuild my mono white 8.5 Tails deck with her as the leader. And that's what the Commander set should really do. It should inspire people to build new archetypes, to build new decks. And this one has clearly done that. The number 1 spot here, I've got Duelcaster Mage. I want this card to be a house. Snapcaster Mage should have been red. This card is red and is very powerful. The question is it powerful enough to play in Legacy? and that's really tough. There are some great cards right now, like Treasure Cruise and Force of Will, to copy. And in your worst case scenario, or you're often copying your own Lightning Bolt for the last few pieces of damage you need to win the game. I'm definitely brewing with this in Legacy. But even if it is not Legacy playable, it is an incredible card for EDH. Final thoughts here. I would like to see all Planeswalkers have the text that is at the bottom of these Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers make the best commanders. They really get people into playing EDH. It feels like you've got someone commanding your army. This was a great move for Wizards. Thanks. This has been Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech. Greatly appreciate everybody who's over there supporting the channel. We've got a lot of videos coming this month. We're going to have over 35, maybe even 40 videos this month on Mythic MTG Tech.